You? Is anybody?
There's Molly, folks. That means your friends the Goldbergs are here. Brought to you by Does, the new kind of soap for everything in your wash. First, let's drop in on the Dozen family. Uh-oh, Ma and Pa Dozen just arrived home from a party. Gosh, Pa is kind of annoyed.
Why'd you keep me waiting, Ma? I told you I wanted to go home, but you and that Mrs. Blodgett kept talking a mile a minute.
Well, Pa, she'd never heard it Does. I was telling her it's a new kind of soap, and it's wonderful.
Well, seems to me you could have just said does everything in your wash. But nope, you got to take all night to go into how does rag rugs and towels and my overalls, even your rayon doodads, and me wanting to start home.
But, Pa, you can't be rude to your hostess. She asked if Does would get the children's overalls clean. So naturally I said, sure, easy, no hard scrubbing. Why, you don't even need a bar soap anymore, I says, because Does gets dirt out all by itself.
Me waiting and waiting.
Oh, land sakes, Pa, it only took a minute to tell Mrs. Blodgett how snowy white Does would get her towels. No soap gets 'em whiter, I says. Then I look around for you, and you're gone.
Just out in the kitchen with Mr. Blodgett. To wait?
Well, I couldn't leave without telling her Does is safer for the nice colors she washes, like a pretty rayon slips and dresses. And was she surprised to hear Does helps colors stay bright longer, yet it can't be beat for getting out tough dirt. Yeah, then, Pa Dozen, I discover you playing pinochle with Mr. Blodgett.
Yes, Ma.
And I had to wait a half hour for you.
Well, I'm not waiting for anybody to say, ladies, compared to other leading granulated wash day soaps, Does gives longer life to colors, plus unsurpassed whiteness and real cleaning power for getting the dirtiest clothes clean. Try Does, D-U-Z. It does everything in your wash. And now the Goldbergs. Well, Molly's dreadful secret is on the verge of explosion. And the secret is that Grace has left Lastenbury with all the money raised for the town's delinquent children. Molly plunged deeper and deeper into deception as she tried to save the girl who came to her home pretending to be Sammy's wife. Yes, Molly is a perpetual improver of the human race. By giving George, Grace's real husband, a second chance, she saved him. But with Grace, she was fooled. Now George is on the train with Grace, but the Goldbergs still haven't heard from him. And if he doesn't convince Grace to return the money, the Goldbergs will have to make good on it. And in the midst of all this worry, Molly sees her secret pass into the hands of the town loudspeaker, Birdie. Listen.
Ma? Where's Birdie? She's looking for her hat, Ma.
Looking for her hat? She's leaving? She's leaving, Rosalie?
Yes, I think so,
She can't leave Molly until you get a promise from her that she won't repeat anything that she heard here.
She mustn't repeat a word she heard here. That's all I need. She should repeat what she heard. Birdie!
I'm looking for my hat.
He's looking for her hat.
Rosalie, take Birdie into the kitchen and let her go into the icebox.
Yes,
Birdie, what's your hurry?
Well, you're all overwrought and worried.
Overwrought and worried. Overwrought and worried. It's the first time we overwrought and worried.
It's not the
See,
first
Mrs.
time.
Goldberg.
Yeah. It's not the first time we're over and worried.
Birdie.
Rosalie, take Birdie in the kitchen. Birdie, go into the icebox.
I'm really not hungry. I just filled up with fruit.
Fruit. What's fruit?
What's fruit?
Fruit is only an appetizer.
Fruit is only an appetizer. Fruit.
Well, what have you got in the icebox?
Well, what I got in the icebox, you know, by me is always full the icebox. Go in and see. My leg is still left cold.
And my chicken also.
Rosalie.
I'm really not hungry.
Go, Birdie. Go, dear. And if you want Rosalie to make your hot, Birdie, take off a few slices from my leg and make it hot for Birdie, Rosalie. Please. Oh, take. David. Now slowly and gently and quietly. A plan we must plan. Please.
Don't be so optimistic, Molly. If Birdie knows...
All right, please, all right. Let me review what Birdie knows. How much she knows and how much she's quiet, not a syllable.
I'm not hungry.
Sorry, Mrs. Goldberg.
Birdie, dear,
I really think I have to go.
Birdie says that she doesn't
You don't like my leg, Birdie?
I'm not very much for meat in the summer.
A vegetarian she is.
What's that?
Mr. Goldberg likes the vegetarian. Look how I forgot my beautiful strawberries.
Beautiful strawberries, Birdie.
Thank you. I'm allergic.
The sour cream is beautiful, Molly.
Rosalie,
I'm really not hungry, Mrs. Goldberg.
Birdie, dear, mine lemon meringue pie you'll never forget, Birdie, please. You'll never forget it, please.
Come, Birdie, just taste it.
I'm really
Come
not
on, Birdie.
hungry, Rosalie.
Just a taste of mine lemon meringue, Birdie. Just a taste of mine lemon meringue.
She lost her appetite all of a sudden.
Oh, quickly a plan before Birdie steps a foot out of mine threshold. She must promise. She must promise.
Her promise is null and void.
Null and void, man.
First, Birdie knows what. What does she know? She knows that Grace was not mine daughter-in-law. That's number one. She knows that Grace was not mine daughter-in-law.
It's not important.
Not important. All right, so we'll cancel that if it's not important. Does she know how Grace came here? All right, so that's also not important. We'll cancel that also. All right. She knows I introduced Grace as my daughter-in-law when I already knew that she was married to George, who was working for Menasha, and when I knew already that they was both thieves who came here to do...
Bamboozle you out of anything you had.
Yes, Molly, to bamboozle you.
And they sneaked off here. Here,
All
you
right.
have the bag you have, huh?
I've got the
Empty,
bag.
an empty bag. And the worst part of it is that she knows they went off with the money that was collected from everybody in the village for the delinquent fund.
Yes, sweet David, that she knows. That
But
she
more
knows.
does she have to know. And if that is known,
Not a syllable. Not a syllable.
for the first time in her life, she lost her appetite.
No, I'm not hungry.
Birdie,
Thank
you...
you, Mrs. Goldberg, very much.
Oh, you're going?
I see that you're all overwrought and nervous, so I'll call my brother and tell him to meet me home, if that's all right with you.
If
Well,
you-
Birdie, if
Can
you
I
would...
trouble you for the time, please?
Time, 4:15.
A quarter past,
It's
Birdie.
slow.
Can I use your phone?
Telephone, yes, Birdie, dear, yes.
Every cloud has a silver lining, Mrs. Goldberg.
It's gold we need, not silver.
You're all right, Mr. Goldberg, if you can joke under the circumstances.
Birdie, dear, if...
My lips are sealed. I didn't hear anything. I don't know anything.
Molly, can I see you a minute?
I'm coming. I'm coming.
I think Seymour will be in the drugstore now.
Buying the drugstore?
Well, 1:15, he takes some malted.
David,
Yeah,
can I see you a minute?
sure.
Drugstore, please.
Yes, Ma, I'm coming.
Hello? Mr. Tingold? Is my brother Seymour sitting at the counter having a malted? Seymour Fingerhoods. You don't know? Well, ask your Clay. Hello? Hello? Well, you're not very obliging. Listen, this war is not going to last forever. And all you people that have been so disobliging will have to give things away for nothing to get a customer to walk into your store again. Hello? Hello? Well, you can hang up then. Seymour. Seymour, yeah. Tell him that Mrs. Goldbergs. I'll wait for his call.
Birdie.
Excuse me, that's for me.
Birdie.
Hello? Yes? Thank you, operator. I got my number, thank you. It takes a big concern like the telephone company to still want the goodwill of the people.
Birdie,
The
dear,
war. Everything is a war these days.
Birdie, dear, just...
After all, the war should make people good-tempered. It's a common cause. It's leveling us all.
Birdie, dear,
I'll just wait a few minutes more. If Seymour doesn't call me back, I'll go.
Birdie.
Birdie, dear,
No.
I just want to say something to
No,
you.
I won't stay for dinner, thank you. You're all too upset. And it communicates itself to me. And anyone with a nervous stomach
Birdie,
like
I
I...
have to...
If you have to, then I'll go.
Birdie.
Birdie, dear, I just want to say
If,
something.
if Seymour calls me, tell him I'm on my way home. Don't tell him why. I'll tell him. Good night.
Night.
I always knew, Mrs. Goldberg, that someday you would get yourself into a lot of trouble. Some people don't even trust their own mothers, and you, well, I wish I knew more of the facts. I could advise you. It's for me.
I'll see. Hello? Seymour?
Thank you.
Just a minute.
Thank you very much.
Molly.
Yes, Jake, I'm coming.
Hello?
Molly.
I'm coming.
David. Rosie.
Yes, Pa, we're coming.
Hello? Seymour? Who gave you the message? Tingold? Some people have to be told. Hello? That's meet me home. You will never believe what I have to tell you. Sammy's wife wasn't his wife. She went off with all the money that was collected. Wait at the drugstore for me. Did you have your mortgage? Double rich? All right. Nothing, only I want you to fill out before you send Mama a picture. Goodbye. I'm going, folks.
Just a minute, Birdie.
I want to talk to you, Birdie. Just a minute.
1 minute, Birdie.
Birdie.
Birdie?
Birdie. Did she go?
Oh, the birdie has flown.
Aye, she's not only a birdie, she's a carrier pigeon.
Jake never said a truer word. The gossip burns in Birdie's breast, and she can't wait to tell it to Seymour. And, you all know Seymour. Yes, it looks as if Molly is going to have a Lastenbury storm about her head. You know, it usually doesn't pay to be too certain of what tomorrow will bring. But that's something Daisy Dozen's boyfriend Donald doesn't believe. Donald told me.
I always know what's going to happen. When I hold Daisy's hands, I mean. I tell her how soft they are. And then she tells me about Does for dishes.
Well, does treat ladies' hands wonderfully. This new kind of soap does everything in the wash and has everything for dishes, too. It's kinder to hands than any other leading granulated wash day soap. Yet it makes suds that stand up till the last dish is done and cuts grease like 60. Boy, how those suds stand up. You don't keep adding soap to finish the dishes. And Does cuts grease in less than half a minute. Yet it's a honey to hands. Change to Does, ladies. It has everything for dishes. Oh, and say, remember, all soaps contain vitally needed war materials. So save Does by always soaking pots and pans first in clear water. See to it every bit of Does you use does more. Be sure to listen to the next episode of the Goldbergs. The Goldbergs make wild efforts to put a silencer on Birdie, but the carrier pigeon is too fast for them. This is Clayton Collier speaking for Procter & Gamble and saying, do as the Dozums do. Let Does, the new kind of soap, do everything in your wash.